You know, we have the sunset here in a few minutes, and I thought, let me just do a short video. There are some energetic changes that are coming up, astrological changes that are coming up around November 19th and the 20th. And then, of course, around the 22nd, 23rd, the sun moves into Sagittarius. There's a new set of energies that are coming up, and it's not as if we're moving away from what is being referred to as Scorpio season, and a number of my most recent videos will talk about Scorpio season to some extent, but I wanted to do some videos over the next few days to set the stage for what these changes are, so that by the time we get to the 19th and the 20th, 4 or 5 days from now, we have a sense of where we are coming from and where we are going. This is a video that really looks behind us to some extent. The planet Mars changes signs from Libra to Scorpio on the 19th of November in 4 days' time. So one may say, why is it that I'm doing a video on an influence that is already, frankly, on its way out? It really does seem to be. And I think, again, as I said, I think for me it really is a question of setting the stage for where we have been. Mars came into Libra on October the 4th, I believe. And if I'm wrong about it, when I process this video, I will put the right date in the subject or description area. It's not going to be off by too much, actually. And I'm pretty sure it's October the 4th. And Mars is the male planet. And at present, the idea of maleness and masculinity is certainly, and in many respects, perhaps rightfully, under a certain amount of attack. But the important thing is to recognize that we all have Mars somewhere in our chart, and we are all balancing male energies and female energies in ourselves. And what I mean by that is Mars is the planet of the go-getter, doer, executor, the planet, the part of ourselves that allows us to achieve and meet our goals, go and put food on the table, make things happen. You know, it's the planet of desire. It's the planet of what we desire and going out and making that happen. There is a hot-headed quality to Mars. It's the red planet. It sees red. So on the positive side, it gives us energy and the ability to go and get things done, to hunt, metaphorically speaking, to get the arrow into the bullseye. As we start to look at some of the more negative challenges, that desire can become an inability to see or hear the word no. So I'm going to get what I want, you know, temper, anger, war. It's the planet of war. And wherever Mars is, not only do we direct some of our energies in that direction, we can also get a certain amount of opposition from that direction. So wherever Mars is transiting, on the positive side, we're given the energy to tackle certain things and meet certain goals in that part of the chart. And for you guys, since October the 4th to November the 19th, this would be the part of the chart that has to do with where Libra sits, what house Libra occupies in your chart. I'm going to talk about Mars in Libra, the sign itself, in a second. So you have the masculine side of ourselves, the side of ourselves that takes no prisoners, get things done, is in action, embraces conflict, certainly embraces challenge, and goes out and tries to make things happen. It doesn't matter gender-wise what you identify with and what you might be biologically. We all have Mars in some part of the chart, and it is a necessary part of our personality. At some point, we've got to go and make things happen. At some point, we've got to be in action, a creative energy, as opposed to, say, Venus's receiving energy. Okay? Mars in Libra is like the hot-headed male side of us that has suddenly found himself in circles that are very polite, very well-mannered, and very focused on diplomacy and cooperation. Mars is not happy in Libra. So somewhere at a time when when Mercury is retrograde and when so many planets have been in a relatively uncomfortable position, it's a little bit like the bull in the china shop is truly in the china shop and is having to be very careful. It's like when you end up as a house guest or a dinner guest with people, and where you just don't speak that very polite language, or everything is very much on eggshells. It's like suddenly finding yourself in highly diplomatic circles where people are speaking in a certain kind of code. All of a sudden you're dining with the royal family and you don't know what stuff to use, and it has that. It's like a muzzle is put on our ability to act and go after what it is that we want. In some ways, it's part of the plan, because as I've talked about the first two phases of Scorpio season, the first phase with Venus being in Scorpio and also being uncomfortable at looking at relationship truths, and the second phase we're in, which is more investigative, and my past few videos will give you more to focus on there. Mars's energy in this muzzled, polite, restrained sign, careful, cautious, focused on partnership and the other person's sign, is almost part of the plan. It's almost like we're held back from taking a certain amount of action so that a certain amount of investigation can occur. There is a discomfort with regard to really being able to go out there and do stuff and conquer stuff and communicate what we want. There's a politeness, there's a passivity, there's a repression. That's the word. We've had to repress the action-oriented side of ourselves, and a lot of our communications and actions may have been thwarted by a certain amount of politeness. Well, that is going to change in a few days' time, and as we head into Scorpio, and that's a separate video, as Mars goes into Scorpio, it goes into a sign that it rules, and it changes Scorpio season for us. It changes all the investigation and all the looking at relationship truths that we have been doing, but more from an investigative and passive phase. And certainly as we head towards the 20th, and especially as the energy starts to clear, as we head past November the 19th and Mars moves into Scorpio, and on the 20th Mercury goes direct in Scorpio, as we get to about the 24th, 25th Thanksgiving, really the energies start to move forward. Some stagnant energies, some energies where we have been more in observation mode, more in restrained and repressed communication and action mode, more feeling like we have stuff to say and we would like to have that conversation, and we may even want to throw a tantrum. The only thing about tantrums is, I think tantrums are kind of a byproduct of sort of repressed desire in a certain sense, or repressed communication. So in some ways, actually, Mars moving into Scorpio may get us off. We may actually have been throwing passive aggressive tantrums since October the 4th without being entirely clear about it. And while this energy has kept us in a place of investigation and care, some of that is going to shift starting the 20th. Sorry about the ambient noise. I'm still going to keep doing this. But let me go ahead and bring this to a close. This is the first of a few videos, as I said, that I'm doing. This is the first of a few videos I'm doing to set the stage for energetic changes around November 19th and 20th. And so just important to know where Mars has been at, where the male planet has been at. It is certainly going to play a pretty important role. It is going to play a pretty important role starting November the 19th till about January the 3rd, and can't be ignored. So thanks for listening to the video. File it away. In a few days, the energy is going to change. It's already starting to shift, and I'm going to build on these energies and the energetic shifts over the next few days in my next few videos. Please feel free to share this video if you found it useful, comment on it, like it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the bell icon next to the subscribe button if you want to be notified when I do videos. And my contact information is also in the description area. So if you would like a reading, or if you have any inquiries, or you'd like me to make an easy to read version of your chart, you can go ahead and email me there and I will respond. All right, thank you very much, and more in the next couple of days.